Hello and welcome to our Le Mans track guide. We'll be driving the Audi R8 LMS EVO 2 GT3 around the iconic French street circuit. Mastering this track can be difficult, but don't worry, help is at hand. Track Tighter can not only show you your session insights right down to your throttle and brake traces, but can also provide personalised tips based on your individual performance. Additionally, as you start to get more accustomed to the platform, you can toggle on Advanced mode, which allows you to view the data the way professional drivers would do in real life. By signing up to Track Tighter with the code Le Mans, you can get 30 days of limited data insights for free to help you get quicker, faster. There is no credit card needed, so sign up today to let us help you get faster. If track guides and general sim racing content is what you like to see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all our newest videos. Now let's jump into the track guide. Today we're driving the Audi R8 LMS EVO 2 GT3. These tips will transfer to other GT cars, though will need minor changes, but LMP cars will require different braking points and driving techniques. So heading down towards the first turn, we're going to stay towards the left hand side of the circuit to open up our entry into the right hander. Aim to cut the corner using the inside curb. Then as soon as the track straightens up, we're going to start braking, so use progressive braking to ensure a smooth weight transfer. Use up to 80% pressure. Change down to second gear and turn in towards the apex. Use all of the curb. Try avoiding the sausage curbs unless you're comfortable with the car, and then add a small blip on the throttle between the two turns. Due to the camber and elevation of this complex, it's easy to induce oversteer, so take care on the throttle. Avoid the sausage curbs on the apex of turn 3 and use all of the exit curb to drive away. Ahead of turn 4, hold a tight inside line down the hill, and once it straightens up, we're going to get on the brakes. So look for the end mark here and use progressive braking to around 70% pressure. Use trail braking towards the apex, change down to third gear and take care on the apex itself, as the curb is slightly unstable and could cause snap oversteer. Drive straight for the end of the apex curb of turn 5 and then out to the outside line to prepare for turn 6. We're looking for the LED panel and this white line as our braking reference. Blip the brake to around 30%, change down to 4th gear, carry the speed through the corner and gradually apply the throttle back up to 100%. Take care not to run wide and turn towards the inside line of the right kink, heading onto the Mulsanne straight. Into the first chicane, we're using this escape road as our braking reference. Use around 80% pressure, change down to third gear, turn right and at the apex, change down to second gear to help rotate the car more and aim for the middle of the road. Blip the brake again ahead of the second apex and coast until just before the bollards, then gradually apply the throttle. Straighten the line onto the straight by using all of the curb. Into the second chicane, look for the 100-meter braking board and then the trees just before. Use the end of the trees as your braking reference and change down to third gear. Use all of the inside curb and then change down to second gear, blip the brake and get the right hand wheels up inside the curb to keep the car stable. Modulate the throttle and go to 100% accelerator once you're fully back onto the track. Use all of the curb to straighten the run back onto the straight. Into turn 9, turn towards the curb of the right kink and brake as you pass his LED panel on the left hand side. Change down to second gear and trail brake to the apex. Use a bit of the curb and you can get back to 100% throttle pretty quickly. Use all of the exit to keep the speed up. Into turn 10, use the end of the painted yellow curb as the initial braking reference. Blip the brake to help the car turn in, and as you reach the end of the apex curb, use progressive braking and change down to third gear. Because there is a slight bank at the corner, you can carry more speed through the apex, so don't use the curb too much and just let the car run through the corner and get back on the throttle so you don't lose speed on the slight uphill exit towards the outside curb. Into turn 12, brake shortly before the 100 meter board, get down to second gear and don't use too much curb. As soon as you're at the apex, quickly get to around 70% throttle and then modulate the remaining 30% towards the exit curb. Into turn 14, use the beginning of this yellow curb as your braking reference and use around 40% brake pressure before trailing off towards the apex. Begin accelerating right around the start of the apex curb and modulate the throttle ahead of turn 15. Lift off shortly before the apex to help push weight over the front wheels and provide more grip. Get back to 100% shortly after using the apex curb and drive right out to the wall. Lift off to 50% throttle adjacent to this tree behind the wall and use all of the curb, taking care not to touch the grass. Get back on the throttle, drive to the middle of the track, and then we're going to be using this LED panel as our braking reference. Blip the brake to around 30% and hold the inside line, trailing off the brake in the process. Around the apex of turn 16, modulate the throttle and get to 100% before lifting off as the road straightens ahead of turn 17. Quickly drop the throttle to around 40% as you turn in, and then gradually apply the throttle on again through the apex. Run right out wide, taking care not to cross the white line. Into the final section of corners, aim for the middle of the pit entry road as your braking reference and trail off towards the apex. Straighten the run between the two apexes by using all of the curb and blip the brake again to help the car turn towards the inside curb. Blip the throttle before dabbing on the brake towards turn 20. To do the same thing again, straighten the run between the two apexes, use all of the curb and modulate the throttle out onto the straight to complete the lap. Now, as we've mentioned, this is a very difficult track to get right, and there are many instances of drivers making mistakes, so using Track Titan, you can see every mistake you're making, but additionally, you're also given tips on how you can improve. Here we can see into turn 9, I came off the throttle too early and coasted through the kink before braking starts. I was also careful on exit throttle, which restricted the run out of the corner too. Sure enough, if we look at the quick tips, I'm being told I lose most of my time on corner exit compared to the reference lap, so it looks like I've got a little bit of work to do. Don't forget, you can sign up with the code LeMans for 30 days of unlimited data insights using Track Titan. Now let's put everything together into a hot lap. The lap time is a 3 minute 53.983. Don't forget that you can get 30 days of unlimited data insights for free when you sign up to Track Titan with the code LEMANS. So, with free data insights and all the details of mastering the circuit now laid out for you, we hope to see your name on the Track Titan leaderboard soon. But that's it from us today. Thank you very much for watching. See you again in the next video. Drive safe and race with respect.